Hey everyone, good morning. Phi Farley here. It's February 10th. Happy Sunday to everyone out there. Coming off a split day yesterday, NBA. Daily best bet, man. Had the Boston Celtics minus 11.5. I knew it was a public play. I really should have taken the first half, knowing all the new players coming in and what they were up against and having a mesh. Ended up coming back and losing that play. But they were up almost 30 points there in the first half. Uh, anyway, is what it is. Ended up cashing in big on the Magic, so that's a good first split there. Today we have got a couple good games that I really like. I'll be digging into more here, but first I want to get out the daily best bet early game. Portland Trailblazers going to the Dallas Mavericks. I'll be getting into that in 1 second. First, if you haven't checked me out at patreon.com/PhiFarley, that's where you got the Magic pick yesterday. Feel free to check that out, and you can get other picks here today. NCAA basketball's up there right now, so feel free to check that out. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at PhiFarley, or again over at patreon.com/PhiFarley. All right, so let's talk about today's slate of games. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe the YouTube channel here. So, looking at today's slate of games, first early game, Portland Mavericks. Trailblazers are really consistent in beating inferior teams, losing to superior teams, especially in their spots. Given spot. The one I'll say exception here in the last month and a half, has been that Miami Heat loss at home. I think they overlooked them, but holding that aside, it's basically superior teams. If you look at their losses, we're talking about Utah, Golden State, Oklahoma City, at Denver, at Sacramento on a back-to-back, at Oklahoma City, and then that Miami loss. That's it. So we're just going with the upper echelon of the NBA. While they've been playing really well, they've been beat the likes of Houston in the midst of that, and of course trouncing teams like Cleveland, New Orleans, Utah. All right, so now let's talk about Dallas a little bit. Dallas is a little bit disarray, traditionally winning a lot at home, had one of the best home records coming into this. However, they've shaken their team up a little bit, really going with Doncic as the core of their team, getting a little bit younger. They got Porzingis coming in now. This is going to be, the future looks bright here in Dallas. However, I still think it's a little early to want to back them back at home right now, given those changes, and they have Portland coming into town. Now, here's another factor going into today's game. Both these teams are on the front end of a back-to-back. Portland on a road back-to-back, so they're going to Dallas, then they go to Oklahoma City, the other team that they've lost to twice here in the last month and a half, of which, again, only upper echelon teams. However, each time they've played them have been on back-to-back games. So here again, we have another bad spot when they're going to play Oklahoma City on the road. I have noticed Portland Trailblazers, when playing back-to-backs on the road, typically play better on the front end of that back-to-back. For example, before they played Oklahoma City on the 22nd of January, 21st, they played at Utah, which is a tough place to play. They won by 5. Let's see, at Denver. Now that's really, best NBA home advantage for the Denver Nuggets, and they took them to a 3-point loss there before then going on to Sacramento and losing. So there's two things that are going to come out of this. And then it goes on, by the way. If you were to go back, let me see if I can find another one. Let me find another road game. At New York, winning by 4 before going to at Milwaukee. This is November 20th, 21st, at Milwaukee, losing by 43. So two things come out of this. One, I expect them to play their best today to get a win today. Two, given a win today, tomorrow, I think is going to be a big Oklahoma City spot to take advantage of a tired Portland team traveling back to back, may even rest their guys. And then right after that, it's Golden State. So tough little 3-game stretch here for Portland, but this should be a circled win for them, and taking advantage of the Mavericks, who are still kind of getting their basis with their new teammates. All right, so there you go. Daily best bet going with Portland Trailblazers minus the 4 today to cash in, get back on the winning side of this. Looking forward to getting some other winning plays out there. Check out patreon.com/Phi Farley for more. All right, good luck everyone today. We'll see you again soon.